Hi guys, in this video we are going to talk about becoming an SDET in 2026 guide. So please watch this video till the very end because this is gonna be a very interesting video and you will learn a lot in this and you will get a clear step by step actionable tips to become the SDET in 2026. Okay. So first of all we should know about what is SDET. Okay. So software development engineer in test. Okay, this one combines testing and development both, writes automation frameworks, tools and scripts, works closely with developers. So I hope that you understood the 4 points that is shown in the slide. Okay, so software development engineer in test. So the terminology itself is pretty much clear that if you want to become a software development engineer in test, you have to know very much good coding skills. Okay, so this combines the testing and development both. So the SDET has to write automation frameworks, tools and scripts. The SDET works very closely with developers. Why choose SDET in 2026? Market demand. High demand in the product companies seeking automated quality solutions. Compensation. Better salary than manual QA roles across the tech industry. Future tech. Capitalizing on the AI plus automation boom and shift left trends. So I hope that you have understood this slide. Okay, so in 2026 the market demand is all about automation. Okay, the salary is also better than the manual role and the future is all about AI. Okay, and shift left testing trends. So you will get a lot of topics on the internet in blogs and YouTube videos. So please check those resources in order to know more. SDET versus QA versus developer. So QA focuses on manual testing, test cases, bug reports, test plan, heavy documentation tasks. SDET focuses on automation, coding, framework design, and all of these things. Developers build features and application logic. So I hope that this slide is pretty much clear. Skills required. This is one of the most important slides. So the primary skills for a QA SDET is programming. You can pick any programming languages. There are a lot of programming languages in the market, such as Java, then Python, then JavaScript, TypeScript. You can pick any programming language. Second one is automation tools. There is Cypress, there is Selenium, there is Playwright. So Selenium was the old automation tool and currently new automation tools are there in the market such as Cypress and Playwright. These tools are very much growing and capturing the market nowadays. Playwright is most important. So you will learn a lot of those skills in the YouTube or you will get blogs. So please watch those blogs and the videos to learn more about the Playwright and Cypress. Okay, so all of this Playwright supports multiple programming languages. Cypress supports only JavaScript and Selenium supports many programming languages such as Java, Python, JavaScript, etc. Okay, API testing. API testing is Also most important thing to learn, because as a SDET, if you don't know the backend, then it's a very problematic thing. Debugging skills. So as an SDET, you need to have pretty much good debugging skills, because if you don't have the proper debugging skills, then you won't be able to debug the bugs on your code, and it will be very much problematic life for you on a day-to-day basis. So you need to be very much patient and have the debugging skills on your pocket. Problem solving. So at the end of the day, SDET is a engineer. So the primary uh, primary ability of the engineer is to solve the problems. Okay, so you need to master that skill. Programming roadmap. First one is basics, second one is advanced, and third one is practice. So in basics, the programming concepts will be variable loops and object oriented principles. In advanced, there is collections and exception handling. And then comes the practice. You need to practice data structures and algorithm problems. Okay, and you need to know Java or JavaScript. Automation tools. UI testing, mobile. For UI, Selenium, Playwright, Cypress. For mobile, APM. There is a mistake in this slide. Say, Playwright, Cypress also supports API testing as well. So please make a note of that. API testing. Learn REST APIs and validate status codes, response, and schema. Tools, Postman and REST Assured. So there are many concepts in the API testing. API testing वाला thing. इसमें there are REST APIs, status codes, response, validation, all those things. Tools, Postman, REST Assured. Postman is a very good API testing tool, and REST Assured is basically it is a library which is used along with Java in order to automate the API testing. Okay. Framework development. Learn TestNG, Maka, JUnit. Build framework from scratch. Page object model pattern. Data driven testing and reporting. So TestNG, Maka and JUnit are some of the libraries that is basically uh, used in order in the test automation world. Okay. These are TestNG is supported by Selenium, and Java has the and JavaScript has the Mocha library for testing, and JUnit is also for unit testing. These are the libraries. Build framework from the scratch. Okay, so you need to know about how to build the framework from the scratch. If you don't know, then it's a very problematic thing. You have to know page object model design pattern. Okay, so it's a design pattern that you have to know the knowledge about the design pattern. Data driven testing and reporting. So data driven testing and reporting is also very important. So what is data driven testing and reporting? For example, you have a sign up or login page in any of the applications. You have to test that sign up and login page with positive value and negative value, right? So that is known as data. We have to test with different kinds of data. And reporting is very important. There are a lot of reporting libraries such as Allure report, Extend report. You have to know how to integrate those libraries into your framework for generating uh, beautiful reports that is useful. DevOps and CI/CD, Git and GitHub, Jenkins, GitHub Action. So there is some information missing in this slide. So I am going to tell this one. So if you write automation, test scripts, and develop the framework, it is very important for you to integrate that exact project or the framework with the CI/CD pipeline. Because if you don't integrate that into CI/CD pipeline or in the cloud, then your test automation code is not useful. Once the developer pushes the code into staging site or the production site, your test automation should run the regression and generate reports. So for achieving this type of skills, you need to know Git and GitHub. Okay, Git is a version control tool. Okay, and there are GitLab as well. Okay, GitLab, Jenkins, GitHub Actions, Azure. There are a lot of tools. Databases and SQL. Write queries, validate backend data. So what does this slide means? As an SDET, you need to have the knowledge of the SQL and database because you have to validate the backend data sometimes as well. System design basics. Understand architecture, microservices basics, how testing fits in the system. Architecture means the software applications has two-tier architecture, three-tier architecture. You have to have the knowledge about that. Microservices basics knowledge you need to have. Monolithic and microservices uh, architecture knowledge you need to have. Okay. AI in the testing. AI test case generation. Chat using AI tools for rapid test case and script generation. Chat GPT assist leveraging Chat GPT for generating complex test scripts. Self healing. Self healing automation that repairs broken tests automatically. So in 2026 you have to know how to use a GPT in order to make your day-to-day tasks easy because that is the skills a lot of companies are seeking in the QA engineers. We have to use AI for test case generation, bug reports. Then we can take help from the GPT for writing test scripts. Then self-healing automation we have to know. Projects. This is one of the most important thing. So UI framework. Build a robust UI automation framework. API framework. Build a scalable API automation framework. CI/CD integration. Full project with CI/CD upload on GitHub. So some points are missing in this slide, so I am gonna tell you now. So in interviews and companies, people wants to see the projects you have built. So how can you show these projects? So for that the you need to first of all decide that what kind of project you want to do. So you have options such as UI framework, API framework, but my advice is that you should uh, build both kind of frameworks, that is UI frameworks and API framework, and show them. Also you should integrate your project with CI/CD and upload in the GitLab or GitHub. Resume tips. So, highlight automation skills. Add GitHub projects, mention the tools clearly. I hope that this slide is pretty clear to you guys. So, in the resume, you have to highlight your automation skills. So, basically, you have to keep the keywords in the resume. You have to keep the link of your projects in the GitHub or the GitLab. Mention the tools clearly. So, the keywords that you are going to keep in your resume should have the name of the tools that you know. For example, uh, GitLab, GitHub, then Playwright, Cypress. These are the tools. So you have to mention all of these keywords in your resume. Interview preparation, technical scenarios. So basically, in interviews, people ask technical questions and scenario based questions. Technical questions, you can expect coding questions and automation framework related questions. People might give you to solve a DSA problem. People might ask you to design a framework from the scratch. And in scenario based question, there comes a lot of things. Common mistakes: learning too many tools, no projects to show, weak programming foundation, ignoring API testing. So many freshers or some of the experienced people as well, they do some mistakes, that is they learn too many tools, such as for example, there is one person that is Ram. He is learning Cypress, Playwright, Selenium, all of these tools. So it becomes a very problematic thing. He can't remember anything clearly. The second point is there is no projects people make. There is no projects people upload in GitHub or GitLab. So you need to upload projects. The third point is foundational gap. Okay, so fundamentals. Basically, for SDET, you need to know testing fundamentals such as test case design techniques, test plan, bug, software development lifecycle, software testing lifecycle, agile, then programming fundamentals as well. Fourth point is API testing you should not ignore. This is the backbone, and the backend testing is very important. Focusing on UI is not gonna help. Three-step strategy: programming, learn programming fundamentals deeply, mastery, master one automation tool completely, build, build real projects for your portfolio. Final roadmap timeline. So 6 months is enough for to become an SDET. First, 0 to 2 months is programming. Focus on Java, JavaScript, or Python basics and OOP. Second to fourth month is automation plus API. Learn Selenium, Playwright, and Rest assured. Fourth to 6 months is projects plus CI/CD. Build portfolios and integrate with Jenkins. 6 months is ready. Ready for SDET interviews and career jump. So I hope that this video is pretty much valuable to you and you have learned a lot about how to become SDET in 2026. If you have found the value out of it, please subscribe my YouTube channel. I create many such content around software QA, manual and automated testing. You will find a lot of interesting videos and valuable videos. And like my video, comment down your queries and doubt. I will solve every doubt of yours, and I will see you in the next video with some more interesting content. Thank you.